Just uploaded a video about Russell Wilson, and in that video, if you watched it, I talked about what Aaron Rodgers did this past weekend and the ongoing relationship with the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. I want to bring this together because I also learned something new about the death of Russell Wilson's father, June 9th, 2010, one day after he was drafted by the Colorado Rockies in baseball. And again, the Colorado Rockies made it to the 103rd World Series. This will be the 103rd NFL season coming up, but I did not realize that Russell Wilson's dad had died in history one day after he was drafted into Major League Baseball. The Colorado Rockies, who play in Denver, where now he's going to be a Denver Bronco. Again, March 8th. The date can be written 3-8 or 8-3. I mean, just everything that I've educated about for years just comes together in so many ways in this ritual. I've always talked about the relationship with the Seahawks and the Packers, always making moves together. Russell Wilson and the Packers, him playing at Wisconsin, and then Colorado in 38. I know a lot of people don't like gambling, but if you're ever going to be a gambler, just look into when teams can pick up their 38th win or 38th loss against Colorado sports teams. It happens almost every time. But anyway, here we are on 3-8, exactly 38 weeks from Russell Wilson's upcoming birthday. Colorado's the 38th state. The Seahawks won their only Super Bowl in their 38th season over the team from Colorado. But as you can see, Colorado and football have a lot in common in gematria. Russell has the gematria of 83, like Colorado, like football, like how today can be written 8-3. Again, they say the best QB draft class ever was 83, with the top of that class being John Elway, who now runs the Denver Broncos franchise, who of course was a quarterback great, considered one of the league's best quarterbacks. But again, NFL fans will never really know who were the best players ever in the league because it's all scripted. More like who was willing to sacrifice the most people in their family to have the legacy they did. But here's Russell Wilson, again, exactly 38 weeks before his birthday on 3-8, going to the 38th state. And as we talked about in the last stream, but now I have more to connect to it, Seattle, Washington, 68-94, Denver, 68-94. And because I put this out there, somebody went and did some research and found that Russell Wilson was drafted to the Colorado Rockies June 8th, 6-8, 2010. Again, here's Russell Wilson's quote from 2010. He says, "I ended up getting drafted by the Colorado Rockies on June 8th, 2010, and the next day my dad passed away, June 9th, 2010. And again, I mean, the world of sports and entertainment is just full of so many coincidental deaths. I still remember the NBA draft 2-3 years back. They were giving out every player drafted in the league in the first round, and it was nearly all of them like a necklace to wear with a picture of the family member or the multiple family members that had died. And it's like, how weird is that? The NBA is giving one of these to almost every player because almost every single one's lost either their mom or their dad or their sibling. I mean, these guys are 18, 19, 20 years old. Most people haven't lost a family member by that age. But in the world of sports, they have. Anyway, Russell Wilson, drafted by the Colorado Rockies once upon a time, 6'8", ends up playing his NFL career with Seattle, Washington. We've talked about the relationship with these cities and so many things, including 9/11, where 68 and 94 are huge numbers. And again, the construction firm that built the World Trade Centers from Seattle, Washington, just like Boeing, where the planes supposedly flew into the building. But again, these numbers connect in so many ways. And here they come together yet again. You know, the connected cities, the cities that met in the Up in Smoke Bowl, Super Bowl 48, after Colorado and Washington State were the first two states to legalize marijuana. But don't forget, Russell Wilson's grandfather died at age 94. And again, it was the 94th NFL season where the Seahawks beat the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. And Seahawks equals 48. Run it the other way, Seattle Seahawks 43, Colorado 43. The score was 43-8 in favor of the Seahawks. But 94th NFL season, 38th year for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson beats the Broncos. Now he goes to the Broncos by the same numbers. And notice his last season with Seattle, Russell Wilson, he went 6-8. His first losing season as the starting quarterback, 6-8, like 68. Now he's on to the other 68 city. Again, Broncos, there's two teams in the NFL that have a connection to 103 through their names. It's the Broncos and the Steelers. They both equal 103. This will be the 103rd NFL season. Again, the Colorado Rockies were in the 103rd World Series. Russell Wilson, again, drafted by the Colorado Rockies while he was still in college playing football. And again, all part of the script. These guys' lives are scripted. That was a ritual back then on that date for his planned NFL career, no doubt about it. And again, as we talked about with Pete Carroll, this move comes 191 days before Pete Carroll's upcoming birthday, 174 days after his last birthday. In a moment, we'll get to how Russell Wilson was drafted 174 days after, or actually it was 191 days after his last birthday and 174 days before his upcoming birthday. Again, Russell Wilson played in exactly 174 174 games with the Seahawks, 158 in the regular season, 16 in the playoffs for a total of 174. And again, that number connects to number of the beast, which is 666. Seattle's known for the beast quake. This stat from September 22nd, 2019 against the Saints, where the beast quake happened against the Saints, Catholic beast quake. They put up the stat right away when he scored that touchdown. Again, November 26, 2017, his last rushing touchdown to the day he got the one where they put up the stat, exactly 666 days. And you have to understand, this was right after they showed a highlight of years before where it was a Seahawks-Saints game and the beast quake happened, which they say is one of the NFL's greatest moments. And again, beast equals 47, like Seattle's on the 47th parallel, like the NFL was established, or the first Super Bowl season was in the 47th season of the NFL. That's what this is about. I mean, all this ritual sacrifice, all these rigged games, all these pretenders and liars and agents, complete frauds like Russell Wilson, who always goes on the TV smiley, dressed in his $1,000 t-shirts and whatnot, talking about how he does it all for the kids and Jesus. But with regards to it being 38 weeks from Russell Wilson's upcoming birthday, it's also exactly 266 days from his upcoming birthday, and Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. Again, it's the Jesuits who are behind all of this, and he's the first Jesuit Pope. Don't forget when Kobe scored he didn't score 666 points. He scored 81 points in his 666th game. And if you write out Mark of the Beast and Kobe Bean Bryant, they both equal 81. So now today, 81 days after the Pope's birthday, Russell Wilson 81, and another beast-related ritual. Again, the Pope's 85 right now, National Football League, Jesus Hominum Salvator, both 85. Jesus Hominum Salvator is also 266, like he's the 266th Pope. But what are the odds that right after I get done doing the Russell Wilson video, next thing you know, Aaron Rodgers is signed with the Packers? And I'm just talking about how this past weekend, he officiated the wedding for a Packers teammate who played at the University of Colorado on his 94th day of his age, Denver 94. And Aaron Rodgers re-signs while he's 38 years old on 3/8 on the day of this ritual. Russell Wilson's birthday is November 29th. When his dad died, it was 174 days before his birthday. Just think about that. And then he goes on to have a professional career with the Seahawks, makes hundreds of millions of dollars, wins a Super Bowl, and plays in exactly 174 games with the franchise. Again, scripted careers. The same things we continue to show. Sometimes you find these big rituals that happen in these people's past, and you see how it connects with exactly what played out after, just like this. I mean, we've seen things like this a million times. And then again, it's also 191 days from his last birthday when he signed with Colorado. 191's the 40th, or didn't sign but got drafted by. 191's the 43rd prime. Colorado 43, football 43, Seattle Seahawks 43, who beat the Broncos with 43 points. When the Seahawks Super Bowl happened, I didn't know reverse gematria. I only knew the two ciphers, so I was showing the significance of the Seahawks winning with 43. But then when we learned reverse, I said, oh, look at what we were missing out on this whole time. Seahawks 48, Seattle, Washington in that cipher is 94. They win Super Bowl 48 in the 94 season over Denver, which I also couldn't see the 94 back then. Again, that's how you know that the reverse is the other half of the code. There's just so many examples like that. But 191 days after his last birthday, as we know, it's the Jesuits, Society of Jesus 191. Russell Wilson equals Jesuit order. Notice his last season at Wisconsin before getting drafted by the Seahawks, his rating was 191. I mean, that's off the charts kind of rating. Russell Wilson, another big Jesus guy. Remember Society of Jesus 191? Dad dead in the 191 ritual. Now synced up with old Pete Carroll 191. Again, you guys, same people that sell you the lies on the news, the lies with the politics, lies with the sports games, they sell you the lies with Jesus. And that's all it takes to fool most people because they've been tricked into just believing in that kind of crap since they were 2 years old or younger. That's what's happening in America. People idolizing these people, believing in false religions, believing in false governments, believing in false news, just believing, period. And not noticing that the word lie is right in the middle. It makes me happy to see that since I was a young boy, I've been able to see through all this. Sports were obviously rigged. Religion was obviously bullshit. Nothing made sense on the news. I don't know what takes people so long to figure it out. But again, had I not started seeing it early, probably would have never figured all this out. So